but I'm going to be honest with you guys. The Eagles are the number 2 defense in the NFL. Defense wins championships, and they have the 3rd best offense in the league. I'm not saying the Giants aren't good. I love Brian Dable. Thank you, Old Man Burger. Appreciate the love from Buffalo. I think the Giants have done an incredible job. I just don't see any upset here at all.
I think definitely. I mean, obviously, Eagles are definitely a better defense than the Vikings, hands down.
I mean, yeah.
I think what's going to be a thing, and we'll see if it is a thing, is, I mean, Giants are coming off a really big win. Offense looked really great, granted against a worse defense, but
yeah.
I want to see how rusty the Eagles' offense is going to be.
Oh, Bull. I mean, yeah. They've had a lot of time off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, I think to myself, I'm like, well, Eagles lost against the Saints, and then they were kind of like sucking.
How long has Jalen been out?
A while.
A month, maybe?
Well, he came back week 18. I don't know why he came back week 18, but he came back. They wanted that number 1 seed.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
That's my question for this matchup.
Oh, only 2 games? Felt like more than that. Okay.
Can the Giants run out the clock for 30 minutes in the first half?
No.
Well, they lose.
No. And that's how they won.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to lie. Giants had awesome game management. They were able to eat the clock because Minnesota doesn't have a defense. We were able to get those first downs and go for it on 4th downs and secure the clock and utilize Saquon. But just a quick reminder that, you know, the Eagles are top 1-2 against the pass. So we know it's coming. We know Saquon's coming. They're going to shut him down. It's really not too hard to figure out our offense. It's pretty basic. I mean, I'm not going to be hot on Daniel Bellinger this game. I think the Eagles are good against tight ends. I don't see that happening. So then you got Hodgins. I mean, it's just like we don't.
That's the thing with like when you got divisional opponents, it's like you see what happens.
But at least the Dolphins in their defense, they had Tyreek Hill. You have Jalen Waddle. Are we going to really beat the number 1 Eagles with the Richie James and Hodgins?
I mean, it's less likely.
I'm being. Yeah, and Chris said it is going to be close. That's what he teased it to Eagles -1.5. Hey, Professor Kilroy, I really appreciate you coming in. Good luck at your appointment tomorrow, and hopefully I'll see you this weekend. I'm not too far off from 40, so I'm there.
But I mean, on the other side, as far as quarterbacks, I mean, I think you can say that Danny Dimes is better than Skylar Thompson.
Oh yeah, and I think his versatility, you know, and the ability to run is really going to change everything. But like you said, it's going to come down to it's going to come down to clock management, just like they did with the Vikings. And Brian Dable is a genius. He finds ways to win games, you know, with, I would say, limited talent. But if there's one thing, Hauser, I'm pretty sure on, they're not going to let Saquon run all over them. They're number 1 against the run. I don't see Saquon running for 100, 120 yards. I just don't see that. So a lot of pressure is going to be put on. A lot of pressure is going to be put on Daniel Jones to throw the ball. And the Eagles defense is not really that great against. They're middle of the road against the pass. So that's the only way I can see really the Giants taking this thing. So
if Daniel Jones can make plays with his feet and extend drives
and not trip over himself.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's had a lot of critics. I love that he shut him up. Football wife is gambling and winning all.
Winning all.
Good night, Kilroy. And she's winning, so she's back.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Wait, listen, we're talking about the Giants. So she's like, I got to gamble out. She's going to gamble, so now I feel like the Giants are going to win.
Oh, boy.
But, you know, listen, if Danny can get like 50 to 70 yards, you know, running, I mean, listen, fair game. I don't know if he can throw as deep as Jalen Hurts in that matter, but we don't really have that deep ball threat. But I think if Kayvon and if we can try to control Jalen Hurts, I don't even know how you can, to be honest.
You can hope to slow him down.
Now
Slow him down, yeah.
Here's what you got to do: turn him over, because
Yeah, I mean that's
the
it.
Giants.
But
Here's
he
the
doesn't
thing.
turn the ball over that much.
I understand that, but here's the stat. This is the stat.
Also, is Lane Johnson returning? Is he back? Because that's huge. That's huge.
Lane Johnson hasn't given up a sack all year. Yeah.
I'm
Have a
saying,
good one, Maddie.
is he? Good night, Maddie. Have a great night.
Have a good one, Maddie.
Okay, Lane Johnson's back. So that's
I think he's
huge.
back.
Okay, he's back. Okay.
But listen to this: the Giants had just 16 giveaways in 2022, second fewest in the league. Philadelphia was 10-0 when it won the turnover battle. When it doesn't, they're only 4-3. That's your difference. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
they.
What? Go ahead. No, you're good.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, just like in the other games we talked about, if you make the Eagles do things they don't want to do, they're gonna turn the ball over. Obviously, when they turn the ball over, they're 4-3, but they're an extremely good team for a reason. There's a reason why they're 13-3, 14-3, whatever they are. So I just think that you got to come out and play your game. And that's all you can do, because you know what Philly's going to come out and do. They're going to come out and try to knock you out with, give you a good punch to the jaw.
Yeah.
So, you play turnover free, you win it, or at least win the turnover battle, play your game, run the ball, try to not stay stagnant, long drives, then you have an opportunity.
Just
if
like
not,
they did
the
with
Eagles
Minnesota.
the Eagles are going to feast, though, if you can't do at least 2 or 3 of those, unfortunately. They're that good.
Rockstar, what's going on? Lane should play. Yeah, and that's the thing, Chris, about the Eagles is a lot of their guys aren't 100%. I mean, Jalen Hurts can't be 100%. Lane Johnson can't be 100%. I don't think Maddox is 100%. I don't even think he's practicing. So they definitely have some guys that are less than 100%. I think that might be in our favor also. Yeah. And it's crazy because week 18 was like -6, I think. And, I don't know if you guys were playing conservative or, we had our third string guys out there. But we put up a hell of a fight week 18. I think it definitely was winnable. So
that week 18 line was 16.5.
Was it really?
Yeah,
wow.
I had
Seriously?
the Giants that day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, check my picket.
Wow. By the way, guys, exclamation point Pickett. Go follow me on there. Basically takes all your bets, puts it into one spot. Joe uses it as well. I know you love it because I see you all the time on there. And it's a great app, guys. It's a free app.
It is.
Daniel Dollars, you bet. Chris said if you forced me to pick a side on this game, it would have to be Giants plus 7.5. I like it. I do.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. I think for the Giants, it's just going to come down to coaching, not talent. But like I said, Danny Dimes can do what Jalen Hurts does. I mean, the guy has legs. I said, holy crap.
But yeah, Joe, that's why I was saying, I said if the Giants could hold the ball for 30 minutes and a half, maybe they have a chance.
Tammy, my cat is having a day, and now she's nice and calm.
About 20, 22.
Where is Noelle?
She's sleeping downstairs, thank God.
I was going to say, she's going to show up and cause a rabbit. All right, please don't.
I went downstairs to check on her, and she's like all calm, and it's like lightning outside, and like she's like sitting on this warming blanket, and her like paws are out. I'm like, okay.
She's chilling.
Well.
She's straight up. No, she's chilling. She was bad today. Noelle. But anyway, the only thing, Joe, is I can't get over the fact that the Eagles beat us 48-22. I can't get that out of my head. But but the Giants are hot. I get it. They have momentum, and that's what I got to hold on to.
The Eagles get 2 quick scores like that. If the Giants can regroup and control the clock, the Eagles will be in trouble.
Yep.
Because that was the same scenario with New Orleans. The Eagles defense couldn't get off the field.
Right. Well, like I said, I mean, you guys had an incredible year. I mean, Jalen Hurts had a great year. I mean, if he didn't get hurt, probably would be in the MVP conversation. I believe Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown had both over 1,000 yards, and Miles Sanders had what, like 1,300 yards? So, I mean, you definitely got a scary offense there. That's what scares me I mean,
Yeah,
I
and
love our defense, but I don't love it that much.
Yeah, and I was projecting at the start of the year that the Eagles' offense would be really good this year.
Chris said, if you forced me to pick a side on this game, it would have to be Giants plus 7.5. I like it. I do.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. I think for the Giants, it's just going to come down to coaching, not talent. But like I said, Danny Dimes can do what Jalen Hurts does. I mean, the guy has legs. I said, holy crap.
But yeah, Joe, that's why
You
I was
know?
saying, I said if the Giants could hold the ball for 30 minutes and a half, maybe they have a chance.
Tammy,
You
my
know?
cat, is having a day, and now she's nice and calm.
About
Noelle is-
20, 22.
Where is Noelle?
She's sleeping downstairs, thank God.
I was going to say, she's
I
going to
went
show up
downsta-
and cause rabbit.
I
All right,
went
please don't.
downstairs to check on her, and she's like all calm, and it's like lightning outside, and like she's like sitting on this warming blanket, and her like paws are out. I'm like, okay,
She's chilling.
stay.
Well.
She's chill. She's straight up. No, she's chilling. She was bad today.
Noelle.
No,
well. But anyway, the only thing, Joe, is I can't get over the fact that the Eagles beat us 48-22. I can't get that out of my head. But
Well,
they're like,
you also-
but the Giants are hot. I get it. They have momentum, and that's what I gotta hold on to.
And you also have some guys on the defensive side that came back since that game.
100%. We got a lot of our guys back. I mean, we signing even Landon Collins is like huge, veteran, presence, which I love him. To get him back was huge for us. Just to give those guys some confidence. But we got Tibby back. I love Dexter Lawrence. I love Leonard Williams together. Ojulari, I don't know if he's gonna play. If he is, I think that's gonna be a huge difference maker there. But Dory Jackson, we got him back last year, especially in our secondary. Julian Love, I don't know if you guys know who he is, but Xavier McKinney's gonna be back. We've been missing him, so these are some really big names. I think that could fill those shoes and be a difference
how's
maker.
Tibby's hand?
I think he's fine. I mean, he's gonna play.
Yeah.
He's gonna play. But Xavier McKinney, I'm really excited that he's back. If you guys don't know him, he is our free safety, and he's like phenomenal player. So, and I think Pinnock, I think he got hurt last week. Did he not? He got carted off.
For, like,
I was gonna say
10 of
it's
his 18
going
against the
to be
Eagles, isn't
like-
it?
It's not even gonna be Miles Sanders. It's gonna be like Boston Scott.
Yeah, listen to this stat. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, Jim.
This wasn't the stat that I was going to mention, but he has like 10 of his 18 touchdowns against the Giants.
Correct. Yep. It's wild.
Wow.
But that was not the stat I was going to mention earlier.
Go on.
The stat that I had was over the last 25 years, divisional matchups, when they've met for the third time in a postseason, it's happened 13 times when a team has swept the other team. The team that has won the first two games has won that third game 9 out of 13 times.
Yeah. You guys
I
swept their
told you,
asses.
GG. I was telling you that sometime. I think it was last weekend or something. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season.
You're right. I'm right there with you. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, Jason. I'm right there with you. Fuck Boston Scott facts. Joe, I got to ask you, what are you taking for the money lines? And we're going to get into Kansas City in a minute. But you obviously got Philly. Who do you got for Cincy, Buffalo?
I'm taking Cincy money line.
Okay, and Dallas and San Fran.
Dallas money line.
Okay.
I want Eagles Dallas next weekend.
I'm not watching
he's
that
being
game.
selfish.
I refuse
He's being
to watch
selfish.
that game.
But
You're being
No.
selfish with that
But-
bet.
But I did give a reason why I think Dallas has a shot.
You did.
It's depending on what that defense is. This isn't a pipe dream thing.
Yeah, it makes me nervous. But hey, listen, I got like I said, I got Philly money line. Although Giants, like I said, Giants could definitely beat. We can beat you. We're 14-4 against the spread, so I'll take them on that. I got Buffalo money line and 49ers. It's corporate Hauser, but take it. They pulled up the upset. I don't think the Chargers are that great, but the Chiefs are balling out, and they have a very good offense. And if there's one thing somebody said, it was you can't avoid death, taxes, and Andy Reid after a bye week. So
This is true.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Andy Reid. He's a great coach, fantastic organization over there. I think Jacksonville's very up and coming. I think they're gonna give the Chiefs a run for their money. I do.
Although random fun fact, the Falcons did go into Philly one year and beat Philly coming off of a bye week. So.
Did they? Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was when Andy Reid was coach for the dark side. So. Yeah, I do think it's going to be close. I think they're going to get to Patrick Mahomes. I think the difference here is just is going to be, their offense. Like we talked about, Doc talked about it. I mean, Travis Kelce, losing Tyreek Hill didn't really affect them that much. So.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying. Like in this situation, this is going to be very, it's hard because look at what they did against the decent Chargers secondary. Yes, the Chargers were decent, but the Chiefs' defense is much better and more improved this year than they were last year. The red zone defense, like you said, is very, very susceptible to giving up touchdowns in the red zone. So here's my thing. If Jacksonville can get in the red zone and capitalizes, they're going to have to make the most of every opportunity that they have because they're not going to get I don't think they're going to get as many opportunities as Kansas City is going to be in Jacksonville's side of the field. So if you ask me, I think this game is going to be the over, but I think it's going to be like a 35-21 kind of thing where the Chiefs just are too much. They're too good. Jacksonville is up and coming. They're definitely busting on the scene. That's just me. I know you don't agree with me, but that's me.
Hey, I told you the stat earlier, and the Jags are actually like 10th in the league. They're averaging like literally almost 24 points per game. That was sneaky as hell. I honestly did not even see that coming up. The Jags are hot. I do think this is going to be a shootout. I do.
So they played in week 9. Excuse me. They played in week 9, and the Chiefs won 27-17 at Kansas City.
But that was before they got hot. You know what I mean? Like Jacksonville found their stride. So if they can continue what they're doing and stay hot, the only thing about the Jags, they're not good against the pass. We know that, and that's where the Chiefs are the best. So I think if I think if the Chiefs can stop the run in Etienne because he's been kind of balling out, that would help as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, Doc.
Right.
Patty Mahomes had 331 yards and 4 touchdowns in that game.
He's just crazy. Not even talk about not being superhuman. Patty Mahomes is flicking the ball. He's not even throwing the ball. He's literally handing off the ball. Like they're gonna find ways to win. Whether it's a late touchdown or whatever. But I don't think there's too many injuries in this game. I don't think so. But Patty Mahomes is what 8-3, 9-3 in the postseason.
I do have one question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be animosity in this game?
No.
This is a game that this is the team that delivered that head-to-head, that helmet-to-helmet to Juju.
No.
In that game.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think there's enough history there. I
don't think there is.
I don't think there's. It was a really dirty hit, but I think these are two very good coaches. That know each other very, very well. So you got, Andy Reid and, you talk about Eagles for crying out loud. You got two Eagles ex-coaches going at it in the division.
So the one thing I will say about this matchup as well, that game was 20-0 at one point, and then in the second half, they kind of just...
They're a second half team.
No, but I'm just saying, like, the second half, they did score... They scored 10, but... It just had that weird feel, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it was like Kansas City was up 20, and then towards the end of the half they gave up the Kirk touchdown.
Yeah,
and then it kind of felt like the second half they just cruised to get out of the game, like to be done.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like.
That's
my opinion about that game.
Yeah, and I mean, and going back to momentum, I mean, Jacksonville has won what 6 in a row. So I mean, they're equally as hot of a team, like literally, like equally as hot, and they actually have a pretty decent defense. I mean, they have some pieces there, and if they can get the pass rush going against Patty Mahomes, and I told you this all the time, 6 of their last 7. Thank you, Patty Mahomes. When he's flustered, he does not play well. He does not. He scrambles. If they can get him to do that, I think they can stay in this game. But if they give him too much room in the pocket and he's throwing downfield and having a free-for-all with Travis Kelce and everybody's eating, then we're going to have a problem. You know what I mean?
Just remember. Go ahead. Go ahead, Hauser.
I feel like this game could be close around halftime, but I feel like, yeah, unless the Jags pass rush is able to make things hard on Patty Mahomes, I feel like the Chiefs are going to end up pulling away in the second half.
Hi, K-Dog. What's good, K-Dog?
But you got to remember, this is a Chiefs team that going into the end of the year, it was a struggle. Was it not?
Well, I'm just going to say Patty Mahomes balled out when they played the Jags. He had over 300 yards.
Right.
And he was literally throwing that, slinging that thing to like every receiver. That's why I said that. What's up, Cobra? What's going on?
Right. The reason why I say that, though, you got to remember, they played the Broncos twice and the Texans. They beat the Broncos 34-28, the Texans 30-24. They beat the Seahawks 24-10, but then they barely beat the Broncos 27-24, and of course they beat the Raiders. But it just seems like this team, yes, they've won five in a row and 10 of 11.
I mean, it's hard to compare with the Broncos. I mean, you got divisional opponents, and Broncos have a good defense.
Well, I understand that, but look at those games, though. They did not play good. Regardless, I'm talking about
24-18 Chiefs. I'm calling it now.
But I'm just saying, like this, even the Seahawks game, they didn't look that great. So
I mean, they didn't look great against the Chargers. They didn't look good against
even the Titans game.
The Bengals they lost.
That Titans game was 2017.
Even the Texans, they only won by 6. I mean, they haven't looked great, but they have a good system. It's like you feel like it's the Chiefs.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the Chiefs, and that's what I'm saying. I'm going to give Andy Reid the benefit of the doubt here, and that's why I'm saying it's going to be a game where the second half is going to show. It's going to be kind of like the Seattle game last week, where it's going to be close at a half, and then in the second half, the Chiefs are just going to wake up, because we've seen games where the Chiefs come out slow, and in the second half, they just absolutely wake up. So, it's interesting to see how this game starts out because of both roles both teams are on.
Yeah.
People think this game's going to be one of the worst of the 4 games. I find this to be one of the most intriguing. That's just me.
Karen.
Listen, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's the playoffs. We really have no idea. But I would like to think that Jacksonville is going to get their shit together. I'm not sure about that over, though. 52.5.
I mean, I think it's.
I mean, look at last week. They put up. They combined for 61. They could probably
put up 40 themselves.
But I'm just saying. I just think.
I can see a game where it's like maybe like 35-20 or something like that, or 35.
I think they'll score more than 20. I think that in week 10 they're a way different team than they are now. The Jags have so much momentum.
Yeah. Right.
You're good.
Dozer's got 27-24 Jags. Wow.
I didn't pick any player props here. I do think Evan Ingram's going to be the X factor here, just like Travis Kelce. Down the field, the middle of the field, he's going to be an X factor. Another guy, maybe Agnew. He's a little sneaky thing, get in there, But I do think, Bronco, I got you with my last sip. I don't even think I got any left. Hold on.
Pretend.
I'm pretending. What was I saying? Jerick McKinnon, like I said, he's been really fantastic for them. We were talking about Doc, right?
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look, like, literally, one of the reasons why I won my fantasy league that G and I were talking about in off stream was Jerick McKinnon. if the guy can get touches, the guy gets the ball and he gets his touchdowns, he's one of the guys that gets that offense going. I mean, obviously you have Kelsey, you have all the other guys, but to me, McKinnon is the guy that's gonna really be the guy that you go, okay, shit, he's got the ball. Okay, I'm a little bit worried, when he starts getting the ball rolling, he starts rolling downhill. He's a guy that can change the game. We've literally seen that, especially in the second half of the season, where he's been more of a factor than Pacheco, even though they kind of been interchanging.
Yeah.
I just think that this guy is somebody that is going to change the game.
Well, McKinnon's been more involved in the passing game.
He
Right,
has, yeah. So
exactly,
he'll probably be an anytime scorer. But I was talking about Shatley for a second. Just kidding. That offensive line better hold up for the Jags. That's all I gotta say. 69, Tyler Shatley, my guy.
Oh my goodness.
Better not Shatley the bed.
I'm saying they actually held up. Like guys like Little and Shatley. They actually did a really nice job of protecting Trevor Lawrence. So
Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think they're equally pretty talented on defense. They have some really good guys in Jacksonville. A lot of people don't give them credit.
I think ETN could definitely be a factor.
The only thing about the Jags is their secondary is kind of sus, like really sus. But their pass rush is fine. I forgot they got Devin Floyd in there. The first round draft pick Trayvon Walker. Josh Allen. They have
Georgia.
Yep, they have some guys.
I knew that was coming.
But no, I'm saying that I think if the like in the offseason or the draft, if the Jags can get like a secondary, I think they'd be pretty solid. But look, I'm going to tell you right now, Marvin Jones, book it, clip it, ship it. He's going to be a factor in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be interesting to see which style wins out here, because we know that if Jacksonville can get to establish the run with Etienne, and they get in the red zone and they start putting the pressure on that defense, it's going to make for a very interesting game.
Yeah.